we are back again with another program. As usual, weekends we have games to watch, and then each of us have his own team that he is supporting, and then also there are other games too that we'll be watching just to entertain ourselves. Yeah, that is true. Once again, my name is Richmond Kofi Bedu Nana Debra. Yeah, so I'm going to be your host for this game or for this show this Saturday. Yeah, so we have games coming on in England, and in fact at 11:30 local time, Chelsea will open the game for us, or Chelsea will open the show for us in England. Chelsea will open the show for us in England. Yeah, at 11:30. At this 11:30 local time, Chelsea will open up the show. That is the first game that will be played in the Premiership. And how many games that we have? It's 6 games. We have 6 games today that will be played. So Chelsea will host Fulham. Man United will host Burnley. Sunderland will host Brentford. Tottenham Hotspur will also host Bournemouth. And then Wolves will play against Everton. That is Wolves playing at home. Then Leeds United playing at home against Newcastle. Then in La Liga, that is in Spain, Deportivo Alaves at 3 o'clock will host Atletico de Madrid. Then 5 o'clock, another game will play. That is Real Oviedo hosting Real Sociedad. Then at Barcelona, Girona will host Seville. That is at 5:30. Then 7:30 at the Santiago Bernabeu, Real Madrid will host Real Mallorca at the Santiago Bernabeu. Then in Italy, in the Serie A, Bologna will host Como. Then Parma will also host Atalanta at 4:30. That is the same time. Then 6:45, Pisa will host AS Roma. Then that same 6:45, the last game that will be played will be Napoli versus Cagliari. Then in the Bundesliga, we have Hoffenheim FC playing against Eintracht Frankfurt. Then RB Leipzig will play FC Heidenheim. Then Wolfsburg. Then it is Stuttgart that will host in Malabach. Then Werder Bremen will play against Leverkusen. Then Augsburg will play against Bayern Munich. Moving on to the French League 1, Lorient will host Lille. Nantes will play against Auxerre. Then Toulouse will play against Paris Saint-Germain. Let's quickly take a look at the game and then see how the game will go. And then those of you that will play another game behind the game will also know how to go about it. First of all, let's take a look at Chelsea. Chelsea is playing at 11:30 local time. And let's see the setup. Obviously, Chelsea will normally play 4-2-3-1. And then Fulham also play 3-4-2-1. It means that in their midfield, both of them is packing up the midfield. But take a look at the head-to-head between Chelsea and Fulham. So the head-to-head between Chelsea and Fulham, they've played a total number of 20 games. 12 win for Chelsea, 2 win for Fulham, and then 6 draw. So they've played a total games of 20. 12 win for Chelsea, 6 in a draw, and then 2 win for Fulham. And Chelsea is also playing at the Stamford Bridge today. So definitely looking at the winning strength, definitely you will say that it's Chelsea that is going to win. But remember, this is football. Football is a game. football is sometimes a game of uncertainty. What you don't expect normally can happen. So once you are watching this game as a Chelsea fans, don't just be optimistic thinking that it is Fulham. The win is just 2 against Chelsea, and for that matter, it's going to be an easy game. Yes, of course, on paper, Chelsea is stronger than than Fulham. On paper, Chelsea is stronger than Fulham. On paper, Chelsea is stronger than Fulham. But going into this game, obviously, everybody will predict that Chelsea is going to win today's game, looking at the head-to-head start. Now, the next game that will come on in England is a game between Man United and Burnley. Man United is playing at the Old Trafford. Man United is playing at Old Trafford. Remember that their opening game against Arsenal, United lost 1-0 to Arsenal. Then they played their next game and also drew that game. Yes, they drew that game 1-1. Man United draw that game 1-1. So it's like Man United is counting numbers. They are starting from 0 and then moving on to 1. So possibly today they might win their game. But Burnley, I don't see Burnley making it easy for Man United. I don't see Burnley making it easy for Man United. Looking at the head-to-head start between Man United and Burnley, they've played a total of 17 games. 10 wins for Man United, 1 win for Burnley, and then 6 draws. So Man United and Burnley have played a total of 17 games, and Man United have won 10 of them. They've won 10 of them, and Burnley winning 1 and then drawing 6 So looking at this, it's obviously that Man United is more stronger than Burnley, but the possibility of Burnley drawing this game is very high. Why am I saying this? Man United is not playing well at all. In fact, when you look at the league table, they are on the 16th position with 1 point. They've played 2 games, losing 1, drawing 1. So this game is going to be their 3rd game, and then let's see what Man United will do today to win. And in fact, I know that all United fans are looking forward to see Man United winning. The game will play at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock local time. Then the next game that will also play at 2 o'clock will be Sunderland hosting Brentford. That will also play at 2 o'clock. And the head-to-head start is just 1 game. They've played 2 games rather, and then 1 win for Brentford and then 1 in a draw. So between Sunderland and Brentford is just 2 games that they've played. 1 win for Brentford and then 1 in a draw. And this tells you that their strength is equal. But in today's game, who is going to carry the day? Looking at the performance of Sunderland, they are doing well, and in fact, in their 2 games that they've played, they've won 1 and then draw 1 in this current league that they are playing. And then looking at Brentford also sits 10th in the league position with 3 points. So it means that Brentford and Sunderland are having the same point, both of them winning 1 game and then losing 1. So in today's game is going to be a cagey encounter between the 2. They don't have any star player in the game, so we'll just sit back and then watch and then see how the game goes. But like I said, those of you who play another games behind the games, yes, of course, you should know how to go into this game. Now the next game in England, that is at 2 o'clock, Tottenham hosting Bournemouth. Tottenham Hotspur hosting Bournemouth. Yeah, at the White Hart Lane Sports Stadium, Tottenham Hotspur. And of course, looking at the current form of Tottenham, there is no way that you see Bournemouth creating a problem for them. Definitely Bournemouth is going to suffer in the hands of Tottenham Hotspur. They are in good form. They are in good form and they are playing well as well. Their strikers always take their chances very well. So definitely it's going to be a win for Tottenham Hotspur. Looking at the head-to-head start between Tottenham and Bournemouth, they've played a total of 17 games. Tottenham winning 11, then Bournemouth winning 3, and then 3 ending in a draw. So looking at the win margin, Tottenham is very stronger than Bournemouth, and in fact Tottenham is playing well. Yes, Bournemouth is a very stubborn team. That they can disturb Tottenham, but I don't see Tottenham allowing Bournemouth to cause any trouble for them at their home. Yeah, so now Newcastle will also will play against Leeds United, and obviously this is going to be a straight win for Newcastle because Leeds United is not playing well in the Premiership. Now we'll move on to Spain, La Liga. At 3 o'clock, games that will come on is going to be between Deportivo Alaves and Atletico de Madrid. Deportivo Alaves and Atletico de Madrid. Yeah, so Atletico of late, their performance in the La Liga, we don't understand what is actually happening, what is going on that is making Atletico is not playing well. Looking at the table on the league, they've played a total of 2 games, losing 1 and then drawing 1. Losing 1 and drawing 1. Yeah, losing 1 and then drawing 1. Atletico Madrid, honestly, with their pedigree in the league, we are not expecting them to start in this form, but let's hope to see how today's game will be for them. And then looking at the head-to-head start between Atletico Madrid and then Deportivo Alaves, they've played a total of 16 games. Between Atletico Madrid and Deportivo Alaves. 10 win for Atletico Madrid and then 2 win for Deportivo Alaves, and then 4 ending in a draw. So it means that Atletico Madrid is stronger than Deportivo Alaves, but the possible of seeing a draw in today's game is very high. Possibility of seeing a draw in today's game is very high, and we are expecting Diego Simeone and his team to up themselves in today's game, at least to get a 3 point, so that they can showcase that yes, they are also contenders for this Spanish Premier League. Yeah, so the next game that will come on at 5 o'clock in the La Liga is going to be Real Oviedo playing against Real Sociedad. And in fact, in this league, Sociedad has started well. They've played 2 games and winning them all. And playing against Real Oviedo too is going to be another tough match, because Real Oviedo has played 2 games, losing both 2 games. And remember that they just got a promotion from the Secondary B into the Premier side, so they won't be expecting them to continue losing games. That will indicate that they are going to be relegated. So definitely they are going to give Real Sociedad a contest today. Also in Barcelona, it's not Barcelona that will play, but it is Girona that will be hosting Seville. It's Girona that will be hosting Seville, and Girona that will be hosting Seville. Yes, Girona that will be hosting Seville, and then the start that is there between Girona and Seville. They've played a total of 11 games without a draw. So in these 11 games, Girona wins 6 of them, and Seville also winning 5, and then 0 draws. So it means that in their game, it is not unlikely for you to see a draw. it is not unlikely for you to see a draw between Seville and Girona. So who wins today's game? And if it happens that Seville happens to win today's game, then it is going to be 6-6. So currently, as it stands now, it is 6-5 against Seville. But let's see how the game will go. And remember that it is Girona that is playing at home. Then Real Madrid will host Real Mallorca. Real Madrid will host Real Mallorca at 7:30. Real Madrid will host Real Mallorca at 7:30 at the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid will host Real Mallorca at 7:30 at the Santiago Bernabeu. And remember that the number of games that has been played between Real Madrid and Real Mallorca is a total of 17 games. They've played 17 games altogether. Real Madrid winning 13, Mallorca winning 2, and then 2 ending in a draw. So looking at this game, or looking at this start, definitely is going to be Real Madrid carrying the day. And in fact, this league, Real Madrid wants to win the league. They want to win the league, so they are not going to give chance at all in today's game. Now, let's see the probable lineup that is going to be for Real Madrid. Of course, we'll have Thibaut Courtois in the post. Then Carreras will be at the number 3 position. Sorry. Then the hosting will also be in the back, and possibly Militao will also start alongside Carvajal or Trent Alexander-Arnold. Then in the midfield, we are going to see Tchouaméni, Valverde, Arda Güler. Then in the attacking lineup, possibly we might see Vinicius, Mbappe, or Mascherano, either Mascherano or Rodrigo. Joining the attacking lineup. And like I said yesterday, when Real Madrid done with today's game, many of the players will be joining their country, or they'll be joining their national teams, going there to play for the qualifier for the World Cup, and then others. So that is it for you for today's game. So it is Real Madrid playing against Real Mallorca at the Santiago Bernabeu. We are all expecting to see Vini Jr. recovering and then giving us a good game in today's match. Then we will move on into the Serie A league. And then in Serie A, we will see Bologna playing Como. Bologna and Como will lock horns together. The head-to-head start between Bologna and Como, they've played a total of 2 games, and then Bologna winning 1 and then drawing 1 against Como. So looking at the start, this should tell you how you should play the other games behind these games. Then Parma will also host Atalanta. Parma is an old folks in the La Liga, and between Parma and then Atalanta, they've played a total of 17 games. Parma winning 5, Atalanta winning 10, then 2 ending in a draw. So in today's game, as you are going in, you should also take a look at this head-to-head start. That should help you, and also look at the current form. The current form also determine who will carry the day. Then of course, there is going to be a game between AS Roma and Piazza. Piazza got a promotion from the lower division into the top flight league in Italy, and in fact, this is the first time both of them meeting. This is the first time AS Roma playing against Piazza, and if you look at the strength on paper, AS Roma is far ahead of Piazza. But football is a game of uncertainty, and sometimes a newly promoted team coming into the game normally cause trouble for the old teams. So in today's game, it's not going to be an easy thing for AS Roma. Then the last game that will be played in Italy is going to be a game between Napoli hosting Cagliari. Napoli playing against Cagliari, and we are expecting Antonio Conte and his men to do the do. Antonio Conte and his men to do the do. And then remember, a key player in today's game will be Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne, we all know what he did for Man City, and now he's playing for Napoli. So let's see how the game will be played, and then who carries the day. The head-to-head start between Napoli and Cagliari is a total of 26 games. 26 games being played between these two sides. 19 wins for Napoli, 1 win for Cagliari, and then 6 ending in a draw. So going into this game, please be careful. Never think that Cagliari can cause any havoc against Napoli. Maybe their best will be a draw against Napoli. Like I said, the start between Napoli and Cagliari is a total of 26 games. Napoli winning 19, and then 6 ending in a draw, and then 1 win for Cagliari. Then we move on to Germany. In Germany, we have a total of 5 games coming on. Hoffenheim will be hosting Eintracht Frankfurt. So the game that will be played between Hoffenheim FC and then Frankfurt, they've played a total of 28 games. 13 wins for Frankfurt, 8 wins for Hoffenheim, and then 7 ending in a draw. So going into this game, like I said, the game behind the game, you should understand, and looking at the strength between the two, that will help you to know how you should enter into this game. Then RB Leipzig will host FC Heidenheim. So and then after this game, Stuttgart will host Mönchengladbach. Stuttgart will also play Mönchengladbach. But the game that is going to be David versus Goliath, that is Bayern Munich playing away against Augsburg. And then looking at the game, they've played a total of 32 games. A total of 33 games rather. A total of 33 games, and then Bayern Munich winning 26, 5 wins for Augsburg, and then 2 ending in a draw. So if you are going into this game, please be watchful. Bayern Munich is in form. Bayern Munich is in hot form. So there is no way that you will see Augsburg matching boot to boot with Bayern Munich. Then in France, the French League One, at 3 o'clock, Lorient will host Lille. Lorient will play against Lille. And then in this game, quickly looking at the head-to-head start between Lorient and Lille, is a total of 23 games. Lille winning 13, Lorient winning 7, and then 3 ending in a draw. Then also after this game, the next game that will come on is Nantes versus Auxerre. And then Auxerre, between Nantes, they've played a total of 9 games, 5 wins for Nantes, 2 for Auxerre, and then 2 ending in a draw. So going into this game, kindly take a look at the strength and then the start to determine as to how you should sit behind your TV and then support the team that you want to. And then the last game that we played in France at 7:05 is going to be against Toulouse. Toulouse hosting Paris Saint-Germain. And obviously we all know the current form, the strength, and the ability of PSG going into this game. We all know the strength and the ability that PSG have going into this game. Obviously is going to be a straight win for Paris Saint-Germain. a straight win for Paris Saint-Germain. And in fact, they've played a total of 29 games. A total 29 games between PSG and Toulouse. 24 wins for PSG, 3 draws, and then 2 wins for Toulouse. 2 wins for Toulouse. So definitely, this is a David and Goliath match that is being played in France at 7:05. So these are the match preview that we have for you for today, and a quickly recap into the games that will be played in England. They are playing 6 games this Saturday. The first match will start at 11:30. That is a game between Chelsea and Fulham. And then at 2 o'clock we have 4 games coming on. 2 o'clock, 4 games coming on. We have Man United hosting Burnley, Sunderland hosting Brentford, Tottenham hosting Bournemouth, and then Wolves hosting Everton. Then at 4:30, Leeds United will host Newcastle. In Spain, 3 o'clock we have Deportivo Alaves playing against Atletico de Madrid. Then 5 o'clock, Real Oviedo playing against Real Sociedad. Then at 5:30, Girona will host Seville. 7:30, Real Madrid will host Real Mallorca. Then in Italy, 4:30, Bologna versus Como. Parma will host Atalanta at 4:30. Then Pisa will host AS Roma at 6:45. Then Napoli, that same 6:45, will also host Cagliari. Moving on to Germany, this is just a recap of the match that will be coming on. Hoffenheim FC will be locking horns with Frankfurt. RB Leipzig playing against FC Heidenheim, and then Stuttgart also playing against Mönchengladbach. Then Werder Bremen hosting Leverkusen. Then Augsburg playing against Bayern Munich. In France, Lorient, Lille, Nantes, Auxerre, Toulouse, PSG. So this is what we have for you this morning. The games that will be played in England, Italy, and then Germany and France. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow morning to bring you the games that will be played. Then after we go for the international break, we'll bounce back once again. Then after the international break, we know that the Champions League games will come on, and then we are going to give you a proper analysis. One of the things that we are going to do is to take a look at the underdogs. How are they going to perform in this Champions League? Would there be a surprise? Like last season, PSG were suffering. In fact, they nearly missed the qualification. They played through a first knockout game before getting the chance to play in the main knockout, and then they went all the way winning the Champions League. Are we going to see same this season? Are we going to see another team that is suffering in playing in the group phase, then all of a sudden qualifying and going all the way to win? So like I said, after the international break, we'll be bringing you this proper analysis to see each team, the group that they are in, and how they are supposed to play to qualify from each group. For now, I will say thank you for joining me this morning, and then you are welcome once again all the time. Any question that you have, you can ask, and then I'm ready to answer you. Once again, my name is Richmond Kofi Bedu Nana Debra. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So this you're talking about this match between Newcastle and Leeds United.
Yeah.
Do you see about the match? What's going to happen?
Well, actually, looking at the strength, yeah, looking at Leeds United and then Newcastle, they've played a total of 10 games, 3 wins between them, and then 4 ending in a draw. So if you are to look at the start, you might say that either side can win or the game can end in a draw. But currently, Newcastle is in form. Yeah, and looking at the number of players that they bring into their game, As usual, as you know, they are also playing in the Champions League, so definitely they will beef up their squad. And looking at Leeds on the table, looking at Leeds United on the league table, they are sitting 12 points, and then Newcastle is on the 15th position. But today's game, the league table will not determine who is going to win. It's going to be current form. So looking at the current form, I would say Newcastle is ahead of Leeds United. So if you are to ask who is going to win, I would say Newcastle will win today's game. But remember, it is Leeds that is playing at home, so that is another thing. Playing at home, you have your fans behind you, and then sometimes you also get some kind of favor from the referee when you are playing at home. So we should look at all these factors to determine who is going to win.
Manchester United versus Burnley. The last two matches that they played, so is it going to be possible for them to have a victory today, or
Hello. Yeah, please come again with your question. Excuse me. Kaya.
I mean, Manchester United versus Burnley match?
Yes. What do you want to know about it?
So what I'm saying is they have lost their they've lost their first match and have a draw, 1-1 draw with 4-1.
Yeah.
So today's match, is it possible for them to have a victory today, or is there any possibility that one will see and Burnley will stay defeated or draw?
Well. I don't see how Burnley can disturb Man United, but it's a game. They've played 17 matches between the two. You understand? Burnley and Man United have played 17 matches, and then Man United winning 10, 6 ending in a draw, and then Burnley winning 1. You understand? So now, if you take a look at the start and then the current form, if it is the start, then I will say Man United will win today's game. If it is the start, then I will say Man United is going to win today's game. But the form is another thing. The form will determine. You know that of late Man United is struggling. Of late Man United is struggling. As you are saying, they've played 2 games. You understand? Losing 1, drawing 1. Burnley has also played 2 games, losing 1 and then winning 1. So now imagine going into this game, looking at the current form now on the league table. You might say that Burnley can cause a surprise, but I'm expecting Man United at Old Trafford today to win the game. Yes, I'm expecting Man United at Old Trafford at all costs. They should do whatever that it takes. At least, if at all they can't do anything, this start alone should boost their morale for them to win today's game. This start alone, because playing 17 games against a team, you winning 10, drawing 6, and then they winning 1, then this start alone, Man United should base on this start alone to carry the day for today. So at 2 o'clock, I'll be behind my screen watching Man United to see, one, their setup, their mentality. You see, the setup should be a key, and then their mentality in today's game should also be a key for them. Man United is a big team. Gone were the days when you talk about Man United, you are talking about wins. But now when you talk about Man United, you are talking about losing and then draws. That is it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So your name?
Okay, I'm Freedom.
Freedom.
Yes, sir. And I'm streaming from Abuja.
Oh, okay, my bro.
Yes, sir.
So where do I click to connect to you?
You will see a plus sign on my profile. You will see that freedom. You will see red. This is plus there. You will
Okay. Okay. I've connected on the plus sign. I've clicked on the plus sign.
yes, I've seen it. You are connected to me.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Thank you. So can we play one match?
What match?
As we are now, this was three. That's three people here now. So let's play one match. People can win. Just a normal match.
So explain the match that you want us to play.
Do you have a pass? Let me know you. Let me just understand. DJ, you say what? Yes. This is just to have fun. You invite your friends to come and support you in the box that they have a match. Then you share the life to them. Then they will come over. So they will be gifting you. Like they will send something to you, like coin, they will see gifts, they will be sending some gift to you. That is what you're going to achieve at the end of the last day. You go and check your balance, you see some balance there, some USD will enter your account, or dollar account. Then if you have funds, you have follow people that can follow. I know you have